Last time on Sword Coast Adventures, what you have done so far in the first week, you got 6 successes, which means you got a win. So let's sum up everything you guys have done. Rokus got more evidence of ATC crimes and information about what groups within the ATC were unhappy about. So, information that will help you to cause friction within the ATC. Icy learned that Xanaphia is interested in creating new spells and also wants to look into necromancy for ways to extend her lifetime, possibly becoming a lich or something like that. Harbeck went into the Feywild with Rokus and negotiated an alliance with the Eladrin elves and the fairies. So they are now aware of the problem of the ATC wanting to invade the Feywild. And they want to help you guys. Rokus started a public movement against the ATC by spreading their secret documents, which were authenticated by the Church of Tyr. So most people who have respect for the church, at least for its ability to say what is true and just, those people would believe they are true. Harbeck researched Xanaphia's past battles and learned about some of her spells that she had. And out of game, we kind of like made sure Harbeck or Harvey, the player, knows that she is a legendary creature, so she will have legendary actions and resistances. How many is not known. She has tried to stay out of public eye and out of combat for at least a couple hundred years, I would say, like 100 or 200 years. She hasn't been seen doing many public battles or anything like that. Icy went into Thay, where the Red Wizards were originally in power, and with the help of the Paladins of the Church of Tyr, located a ruined necromancer's underground stronghold / workshop and discovered necromantic tomes and lots of instruments and magic knowledge about necromancy and raising the dead, such things like that. Stuff that Xanaphia might be interested in. And so that was the end of the first week. And so there were some world information that you guys would have also learned during that time. The ATC was gearing up for war with the Eastern Alliance, which is the country of Thay and a couple other nearby countries that are further east. Xanaphia is in Aglarond with 2 bodyguards. She's been spotted there. And the ATC general of their army, Christopher Obsidian, who is a dwarf, by the way, he's over there commanding the troops. They're still gathering a second army, but they have an army of around 20,000 troops ready to go right now. Back in Waterdeep, Octavian, the president of the ATC, and his son Felix, who is the vice president, are overseeing production of war assets in Waterdeep. So more of the manatech. They're creating more of the vehicles and things to carry soldiers and trying to bolster the armies over in the east. So we'll start this session where you guys are at a meeting, and you see that Neverember, the Lord Protector of Neverwinter, has gathered a lot more allies. It seems that Rokus, your movement that you started, campaign. Your true smear campaign. Usually, we associate smear campaigns with maybe lying about someone, but this is definitely true. It has worked very well in 2 specific places. One, in the city of Baldur's Gate. The Lord in control of Baldur's Gate has got wind of it and has ordered that all his citizens return to Baldur's Gate, and basically asking them not to join the ATC army. And another one is the Kingdom of Understar, where Harbeck is originally from. They are very religious and follow the teachings of Tyr. And as soon as they get wind of this authenticated stuff from the Church of Tyr, they have stopped mining materials for the ATC. They weren't providing soldiers because they generally try to stay neutral in most things, but they had the ATC had negotiated a trade deal with them for ore and stuff from their mines, but they are canceling the deal. And these two are important members of the Lord's Alliance. So there is a Lord's Alliance meeting coming up that Neverember will be attending. So at this meeting, you actually see a representative from Baldur's Gate and also from Understar. And it's someone you're familiar with. It is your cousin Linnea with her mother, the Duchess, and which is Harbeck's aunt. So they would recognize you and kind of confront you and say hello.
No, they would not. I would not attend.
You would not attend the meeting? Oh, I forgot. You did say you're not attending meetings, right?
Right.
Okay. All right. So I think previously we kind of played it as if you were at the meeting, but that's fine if you say that that he's not.
Can Pookie come to the meeting with us and relay the message?
Yeah.
Relay.
That'd be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, he can listen in to the meeting, but he can't really talk during the meeting in this case.
Okay.
He could piss on someone's leg if they.
I don't think that Pookie would do that.
No, but that way Harbeck or Jay would have the information.
Okay, cool. So yeah, in that case, Linnea would talk to Rokus and Icy, but and introduce her lady mother. But it's nothing too important to the task at hand. But yes, you have more allies here. Okay, so you guys start the meeting, and Rokus, what did you want to talk about or do?
I guess I would just tell him that I had plans to go back to Torale.
Okay. So you want to you want to specifically tell them what you're doing, or is that a secret?
I would just let them know that I had business there.
Okay. Cool. And I see you wanted to try to lure Xanaphia out into a location. So you guys had previously discussed it, so did you guys come to a decision that you want to lure her to the necromancer's place in Thay or to the mines in Phandelver?
We were thinking the mines in Phandelver because we're aware of the layout of that place. Plus, it's inside the. There would be less collateral damage. And in Phandelver, we're on good terms with everybody in the town.
Uh-huh.
if we wanted more allies, and they could give us warnings and stuff like that.
Cool. And
Well,
yeah, you guys
wouldn't
already
actually,
knew. You also knew that the ATC was like interested in the mines already. So
Yeah.
though I think the mines rather than the town.
okay. So once she places the bait, then you're stuck with that location. Then okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Harbeck, are you good with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. That would have been something you guys decided before the meeting. So Icy's just telling it during the meeting that that's gonna happen.
Okay, I just
And
want to make sure.
Harvick, what was your thing you were gonna do?
Right now I'm going to go to the Hall of Justice, and um, if the
Okay,
I'm
yeah,
assuming they
you wanted to make a alliance
right.
between the church and the necromancers, just to make sure that the ATC was was going to lose the battle.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, they say cool. We're gonna continue having these meetings. So when you're done with those things, come back. We'll be discussing stuff like every day. So um, once you're done, just come back to Neverwinter and we'll meet again. So let's go ahead and do your stuff. So just to recap, we're on week 2 now, and the level of the skill challenge is at easy, which means you need 3 successes before 3 failures. And that's about it. That'll be your second win if you get it, and then the if you win, you'll stay on easy for the 3rd week. But it's possible you could roll like 3 nat ones or a bunch of 2s, and I don't know. It's possible. We'll see what happens. So let's start with Rokus. What is specifically you want to do there?
I wanted to train with the Eladrin elves in Torlay, see if I can
Okay.
channel, get my ice armor and some sort of flame weapon together to help me fight.
All right. So the Eladrin will be your allies to give you a +1 on the roll. Now the roll is going to be a charisma check, which you're bad at.
Yeah,
You have a -1 normally, so that'll take you out to a flat roll there.
yeah.
So this is one of the more risky rolls you've done.
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and try
16.
16 total.
Yes. Well, it's
It's a
16.
flat
Oh
roll.
yeah, I
You
forgot
said
it's
it
a
was
flat roll.
roll.
Yeah, I forgot that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not used to that. I just assumed there was gonna be something, even though I just said that. All right, that is a success. Okay, so Rokus, you travel back to the Feywild. As you travel through the Fey Crossing, once again you feel the warping of time as you go through, and you kind of feel a little bit of control in manipulating it. And once you get there, the Eladrin are very excited to train you because of your lineage. As I said, your mother was a famous warrior. The smaller village that you guys had made contact with has since talked to the larger Eladrin city, and they have made sure with them that they're on board with allying with you guys, and they are. They send their finest warriors to come help you train, and you are able to unlock the full abilities of an Eladrin. It actually takes you a few months to do all this training. But as you pass back through the time of the Fey crossing, you're able to condense the time into only a day or two.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you are able to you are fully able to do your Fey step now, which is your teleporting ability. And when you're at low hit points, you can bring out your ice armor, which gives you plus 5 AC. During using the let's see, sorry, that was your winter ability. The Face Step does all seasons. It can be done with any emotion with different results. And then for the summer ability, you get a added fire bonus to attacks with the, I forget which one's which, but they're similar to your Face Step abilities. It's like one is like a boost to your allies, and one is a boost to yourself. I will give you the full details later.
Okay.
But you get four abilities for each of the seasons, and then your Face Step has 4 types of Face Step. They're all minor things you can do in combat. Did you have a question?
Just I've seen other people do Face Step, but you're gonna fill me in with what I'll be able to do.
Yeah. I'll give you the details later on.
Okay.
But it's basically like a short range teleport, like 30 feet or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's a bonus action sort of a thing?
I think so. I'll tell you the details later.
Okay.
I'll give you an extra feat that'll go on your character sheet, so you'll be able to read it on your character sheet.
Oh, cool. Very good.
Yeah. But yeah, so you get like a couple like buffs and things that'll help you in combat. Okay.
Well, plus 5 AC sounds good.
Yeah, but that's
How-
remember that's only at low hit points.
I was gonna say, how low do I gotta get?
I think it was within 10 hit points or lower.
Okay.
So it's only kind of a specific situation. Okay, but we'll go into the details later.
Okay.
Before next session. And let's go to the next role. So while he's training, Icy is trying to plant some evidence of necromancy information being in the mines of Phandelver. So she's gonna work together with. Do you have a specific ally you want to use, Icy?
I want somebody with artistic abilities because I'm going to get them to do like a fake page, like it's from the book. And one of the things will be an ingredient, and it's going to be like a stone that has to be from the mine itself. Like that's how I'm going to lure her there. That I'll make up a fake. I want somebody who has an artistic ability so they can do calligraphy, writing. And we'll take a piece of parchment paper or whatever, and we'll soak it in tea to make it look old, and maybe even burn a bit of the corners and make up like a page, and it will say like
okay, it sounds like what you're saying is you're not gonna actually give the real necromancy stuff that you got.
No, I want.
Okay.
Yeah,
you'll make like, a forged one.
Yes, and we can use what we've got from the necromancy as like our example for making it, like finding somebody who can do calligraphy, or maybe I can. I don't know if I have that ability, and sort of write a thing saying, ingredients needed, uh, a blue stone from the Phandelver mine or something like that.
So,
That's
Phandelver.
that's where my head is going as a way, and then finding someone within the Blizzard who can take that to ATC is sort of like the, this is what we've
To leak it.
to leak it.
Okay.
Why do you need a fake one? Why not just tear off a little piece of paper? Just tear off part of the one piece. It's not enough information for her to do anything, but she knows it's the original.
Well, she specifically said she wants it to be that in order to do the spell, you actually need something from the specific mine, not just that she
okay.
found it there.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, that makes more sense.
But yeah, I think that's cool.
But
that sounds doable.
Yeah, but couldn't you just? But instead of making the paper look old, couldn't you just tear off? Find a blank spot, tear that off, and put your
Or something.
calligraphy on
How
that.
about something in between where you take the real book and add something to it.
That sounds good to
the
me.
only reason sure, I'm good with that.
Well, either way, we're faking it. It doesn't matter how we fake it. I don't think at this point.
Yeah, it's cool. But I do like to know for the story. But are you guys cool with the last idea there to kind of combine all your ideas?
I agree with her idea entirely. I'm just trying to think of a way of making the fake, a better way of making a fake. Her idea is perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's combine them then and take the real book and add an entry to it where you would need somebody that was super skillful to do it, forge it to be convincing.
Or it could even be, it could even be like a note in the margin. You know how when you're
that makes sense.
Annotation.
Yeah.
An annotation.
Yeah, that's good. So yeah, I came up with the idea. You've expanded it and made it more improved on it. So I'm good with that.
Cool. I like it. All right, so I think the helper you're gonna want. You probably have multiple helpers here, but in order to make sure that it looks legit for a wizard, we're gonna use Magnus to help you.
Let him finish. Can you?
What about Richie's friends in the Rat Pack? There ought to be a good counterfeiter there.
Sure.
But what Harvey was saying is that, what Ian was saying is that it's for a magician, so to get Magnus as an ally would be helpful.
Yeah. For the roll, you're just gonna get a +1 using Magnus as your ally. But yes, I think this is gonna be something that you'd actually have a lot of people working together on. But you still just get a +1 on top. So okay, this is what happens. I see. You take take a page from the necromantic tome, which has some blank spots where you think you can add something. Because you want to make it specifically important that not only was this page found possibly in the mine, but it also referencing a unique type of ore or stone or magic, like a magic stone that only exists in the Phandelver mine. Okay, so using the forging techniques of the Rat Pack and the magical knowledge of Magnus and the other wizards, you're able to create a forgery. You guys take it to the Neverwinter Guard and see if they can, what they think of your forgery, if they can detect it, because that's something that they have done in the past as basically the police, and they think that you've done a good job. It looks like it's been counterfeited well as far as they can see, and the wizards are happy with it. They think it looks legitimate, and so you're able to go using Faxina's moles who are already in place within the ATC. You're able to find someone who has been in Phandelver recently, investigating, who's recently become a sympathizer with the Blizzard cause, and they are able to bring it back to their commanding officer to turn it into Xanaphia.
Okay.
So, now it's time for the roll to see if anyone's tricked.
Would my thing be deception?
Yes, which you're not super good at, but you get an
No, it's
extra.
only a plus.
Yeah, +1 and then another +1, so you get a +2.
Okay.
So see if it works.
Oh, I got a good roll. I rolled an 18, so that's a total of 20.
That is another success. You get a report back that Xanaphia seemed very enthusiastic about it, and she wants to go to the mine as soon as possible, it seems, in the next couple weeks. She is currently fighting over in the east.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a good thing I'm not a criminal. I got a criminal mind around deception.
All right, now something something you guys did not expect happens. You guys go back to Neverwinter after your 2 successes to explain what's been going on. Ruckus tells everyone that he's done some combat training. I think you've probably made it public to the group that the Eladrin are on their side. So I'm not sure if you want to tell them specifically what you did there or not. But yeah, they'd be aware of the Eladrin at this point.
I think it just, that I trained, and I'm happy with the outcome. That I'm feeling good about what. Now, who am I revealing this to?
Just the Blizzard group.
Yeah, I don't need to go into any detail, I don't think.
Okay, that's fine. It's up to you, and that's fine. And Icy would obviously tell about hers, because it's very important to the whole situation. So, Blizzard is now aware that you guys have baited Xanaphia to go into the mines, which are actually, I think it took you at least a day to walk there from Phandelver, so it's definitely like relatively remote. So you don't have to worry about Phandelver being caught up in the attack as long as she's stuck in the mine. Yeah, but as you're having a meeting, a messenger busts in the door and runs to Lord Neverwinter and whispers to him, and he stands up in shock and says, everyone, I've just been informed that the president of the ATC, Octavian Marcellus, has died. Apparently, he fell down some stairs, and he died. His son, Felix Marcellus, has announced himself to be the new president of the ATC.
And what do we know about this young fella?
So everyone starts discussing, what do we know about Felix? And you guys recall that Felix is the one who came to the ATC Expo, where the Mana Monsters were released after an explosion. He was the one who made a speech there that day. So you guys have seen him before. People talking about him, it seems like he was kind of a loose cannon.
Okay.
There's been a few situations that he's been put in charge of that he has made some kind of drastic decisions in the past.
Do we have anybody who could sort of get close to him to keep an eye on him and get an idea of what he's if he's planning on doing anything radical in the near future?
Yeah, you have Faxina has her moles in place in the ATC who can try to do something like that.
Faxina, have you heard anything? Well, I guess we just found out that he died. Do your moles have any more information?
She says not at the moment, but we should be able to tell you something within the next day or so if we can get any new information.
Okay.
But yeah, this is kind of shocking news.
Yeah. Did he have help falling down the stairs?
Faxina says that might be something to look into. I'm not sure if their relationship.
Who would stand to gain by that besides him? Is that something Xanathia would approve of, or did this interfere with her
I'm not sure
plan?
of. Well, she was. They went together to the ATC Expo, but I'm not sure they. As far as I know, they don't have too much contact with each other.
It doesn't look
Just
like they're teaming up necessarily.
yeah.
Maybe not, but it's
Um,
possible, I guess.
does Felix have any sort of habits or weaknesses or like
Well, I haven't spent
is
too
he
much time worrying about him as he had limited power as the vice president. But
okay? Is he here in town?
no, he's in Never. Sorry, he's in Waterdeep.
Okay.
Well, I guess that means Felix will be going to the Lord's Alliance meeting. So we're gonna be hearing from him pretty soon here.
Does he have any weaknesses like gambling, women, alcohol?
It's possible. I don't. I'll have to get back to you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, cool. So you guys got that information, and let's do Harvick's roll. If he's a success, that'll be a win for week 2. So Harvick is trying to convince the Lord Justicar to talk with the Red Wizards, and then he's with the same role trying to convince the Red Wizards to join forces with
Right.
their mortal enemies.
Okay. And again, let's see. Someone.
Yeah, can you think of an ally who might
Right.
give you a +1 to help you with such a thing?
Yeah, I think Fraxina would be a good one because she's been sitting there trying to say we need to. She was willing to take collateral damage, so she can
But
come in and say, look, if we try to get these guys as allies and such, then we can try to minimize things, and we'll instead of trying to blow up the mana machine where a whole bunch of people are going to die, this is a better way of doing it with less collateral damage.
Faxina, if you address her with this idea, she says, well, I don't know if I'm going to help much since, you know, he basically had the upper hand on me in our last altercation. He had me at a standstill. I couldn't blow up the reactor without him ratting me out. You paladins in your honor.
Um, about Lord Neverember.
Okay, he's very diplomatic and political. He might be able
That's
to
what
do
I'm
that.
thinking.
Okay, cool. And Neverember says, I think that it's going to be very difficult to convince him because of, you know, I'm guessing he's going to be vehemently against being friendly in any way with necromancers. But politically and for the strategy of getting rid of the ATC, who seem to be a bigger threat, I think it makes sense.
And this would just be a truce. It's not a. We're not. You know, this is simply a truce. As soon as she's gone, then we go back to our normal ways.
It's just to be neutral then, not really assisting.
Okay. We won't get.
Well, no, it's assisting. Same way. The same way we assisted Russia during World War II.
Okay, so would you be saying that the paladins would have to fight side by side, helping the necromancers in that case?
Not necessarily.
So providing what
Right now we're in two different places. So
yeah, you're quite distant from each other. In what
Right.
way would you want to have a truce or like assist them in what way specifically?
Okay, I would want, well, two things. One certainly is to share knowledge. They've been fighting the ATC and the mana monsters for a long time, so they should have some ways. And the mana monsters, especially after I tell them how the mana works and all that, which would be what I'd be giving them, they should be able to come up with some. The mana monsters are very much like zombies, so I'm hoping they'll have some way of being able to fight mana monsters. Because I'm assuming that I'm assuming that if we have the surprise and the location, that we can try to minimize the number of monsters, but we're probably going to have to fight some.
Okay. All right, cool. So you guys head over to the Hall of Justice to talk to the Lord Justicar. So let's have you roll. This is going to be a persuasion roll, which you have +7, and another +1 on top, so 8.
Got a nat 20.
All right.
All right, that's an automatic success, and then the total number will be 28. So high
20,
number.
Yeah.
All right. So at first, the Justicar, as predicted, was totally against it. He was visibly like enraged by even the thought of it. But you guys were able to talk him down, and the way that you were able to convince him was the part about sharing the facts of what the mana monsters are as a offering, basically. He thinks that that's reasonable, that you're telling them some true, information, and that that the mana monsters are being used against the general public in Thay, to turn them into monsters. And in order to stop that, he thinks that it makes sense to share that information, in the hopes that in return that the necromancers won't interfere with you guys, basically.
And do they have any ideas of how
information.
we can? Yeah, and do we get any information about how to deal with mana monsters?
Okay, so you had you basically, how would you do that? I guess the using the same method that Icy did, teleportation and flying, you're able to get some messengers to the other nations, they and the other nations around there. Let me pull up the map for that. Where is that one? Okay, so near to Thay, there is Murgum and Mulharand are two other nations that also have necromancy in their past. So it seems currently that the Fae is not really controlled by necromancers, but these guys they've made alliances with are, in fact, necromancers. They're basically D&D Faerun versions of like ancient Egyptians. They have like undead mummies and things that they're sending into combat, and undead slaves that they use for labor and things. Basically, these guys haven't been fighting the ATC for long. They don't have much information to share with you. They find that fighting these mana monsters is definitely very different than dealing with undead, because of the fact that they are in fact living creatures with this disease. They say that a lot of the methods that work on undead do not work on mana zombies, like fire. They don't really seem to have a weakness to fire. And they say fighting them seems more like fighting other kinds of monsters, like monstrosities and things. And also the ATC seems to be mostly using the mana disease to clear out villages of citizens and farmers and stuff, and trying to spread it among camps and things. They don't seem to be able to control the monsters, so they don't bring them to the battlefield. They attack the camps and villages where they can spread this disease, and then the monsters just do whatever they want, attack whatever they can, and kill and eat whatever living creatures they come across. It seems that the ATC steers clear whenever there's any monsters around. They don't have their troops there to fight alongside the monsters.
So what do they do? But once they release the monster somewhere, they never go back to that area, or do they have some way of clearing it out afterwards?
So yeah, that's true. Once the mana creatures have done their damage, they bring in their troops, and they use their various basically overwhelming numbers to take out the monsters. Once they seem to get kind of sluggish after a while, and then there's some other reports that when they're not in a rush, it seems they just let the mana monsters sit around, and after about 10 days they seem to deteriorate and just fall apart and die. So it doesn't take very long for the mana monsters to just die. They don't have a very long lifespan after turning into mana creatures.
That means when we went to Xanathia's house, she has to have been there fairly recently.
Yeah, you guys knew that it was a couple weeks. And you also know that there's different methods of giving the mana disease, which have different results. So
What weapons were most effective against the mana monsters?
There wasn't any specific thing. There was there. It's just they're just like fighting monsters. But let me just remind you another thing. When they had a direct injection of the mana, they rapidly transformed like right away, and those rapid transformations are the ones that deteriorate really fast. The ones in the mansion were from the experimental airborne version, which is a slow transformation and seems to last longer.
And they attack villages. Which are they using?
It seems that they're mostly using the injection type. But in a couple cases, they have seemed to use the airborne version, but it doesn't seem. It seems like that hasn't worked out that well because they're not able to clear it out in time. It's easier to do the. It's easier to spread the airborne version, but it's kind of slow. It takes a lot more time, and they've seen the ATC being impatient and sending in troops to clear out the monsters, and in getting casualties in that way.
Where are they getting the people to inject?
It seems that they would send in operatives into the town secretly and have them basically like assassinate style inject someone and flee the area.
They only inject 1 or 2 people, and that's enough.
Yeah, because it's just defenseless citizens. The man and monsters are able to bite into people and spread it themselves.
And the ones that are injected are pretty
yeah.
mean.
If you get bitten by one, that's the same as being injected.
We need a dentist. Take out all our teeth.
Okay, so yeah, basically from the information you got, it doesn't sound like they have any way of controlling the monsters, and it makes you think that. Well, I don't know. What do you think? I'll try to steer you in the right direction.
Now, when we were reading the diary of somebody that had been accidentally exposed, they were very slowly turning into.
Yeah, it was not accidentally. It was on purpose. They put the airborne version in his suit.
Okay.
And that was the airborne version, and he turned slowly from that.
Okay. But you haven't come across any of the really bad ones. They've all been the run of the mill type.
No, I think they would have had a few of the abnormal ones, like the big beast ones and stuff. But as long as they're created by the injection method, they will basically die and crumble within 10 days. So as long as they are careful about the places they attack, that they are not spreading to other locations uncontrollably, they're able to just wipe out areas.
Are they So there's no we have no indications that Xanaphia has ever been able to control them or anything like that.
No. But you haven't seen Xanaphia interact with them at all. You've seen her attack them at
Right.
At Neverwinter. She doesn't seem, from the reports, she has not been seen. She hasn't been seen working with the monsters or controlling them in any way. From all this evidence, they seem to be very wild and unpredictable.
Okay. Huh. Okay.
Would they be okay with them being wild and unpredictable, or would they want to limit that so they have some control?
You mean
They
the
found a way.
HEC?
Yes.
They found a way to use them.
Yeah, but I'm thinking from the information we're getting there, it sounds like Xanathia's is not going to be, bringing a bunch of them in.
No, no. They may try to. I mean, wouldn't make sense that they would be using them directly in this particular
Yeah,
setting.
it sounds like she's not going to. I was thinking that I was thinking that when we got to the mine, she'd be, she can have allies with her. That she'd have a bunch of those with her when she goes into the mine.
She's got people with weapons.
Right.
They may
So,
have better mana weapons than what we saw at the expo.
Right. But yeah. Well, the thing is that we know what the mana monsters can do and such. But it sounds like she's not going to be bringing some in with her at this point.
She may be trying to turn us into them. So
Yeah.
so just to remind you, also in what you just mentioned, Harvick is immune to the disease, and Icy still has her necklace, which makes her immune. So Ruckus, you're the only one who had to worry about mana disease. Okay, cool. So that was your third success there for week 2. So the result is a win. Means going into week 3 is still on easy mode.
Okay, now, given what we have at this point, I'm thinking I might want to elaborate on what Icy's doing. I might try to. And that would be like elaborate on the bait a little bit and have the first information that Xanathia has saying to go to where we originally found the book, that Necromancer Stronghold, and that when she gets there, we can see when she arrives, how does she arrive and who does she arrive with. And then when she goes in, then she can see that the area has been ransacked and the book's been taken, but we can leave something in there that would indicate that it went back to the mine. Would that be possible?
Yeah, we could do something for another one of we have 3 more rolls before the end. You could have one of them be like observation of her by trying to get her to go somewhere.
Yeah, so see how she gets there and who she's with when she gets there.
Or could, because we've already said that there's a certain stone that's got to be taken from this mine to make the
well, I'm
potion.
just thinking of taking the stone and leaving the stone in the stronghold, so she'll realize that it's already obvious the book's been taken from there, but that would be an indication that's where she has to go to get the book.
Richie back.
Okay.
But why do we want her to go there?
So we can see what I'm going to see what we're going to have to fight, because we don't have the ability to we don't have the ability to isolate her entirely. So she's going to have allies.
Can I add? You know how we were going to have that piece of paper and say that this stone was needed, and you had to get it from the Phandelver mine.
Also, to be clear, you have already done that, so you can't take that.
No, I'm expanding. No, I'm not. I'm trying. We've already passed the piece of paper on.
Yeah, you did that.
Okay, I thought we were just planning how we were going to do it, because I was going to say we could have added that a footnote that only one person, the person who was intended, would be the only one allowed into the mine. That would have could have been a way we could have isolated her.
Well, I don't think we can entirely isolate her because we only have the.
So
we're
right now, for
surprising
the
her.
end of the end of the skill challenge, you still have the choice of either a surprise attack or no allies.
Right.
So you can isolate her entirely if you choose, and you win.
What do you guys think?
Because I'm sort of leaning towards isolating her, where it's just her we have to fight.
Instead of the
Because
surprise attack.
Yeah, but like I think both would be good options. It just if we don't isolate her, we have no idea how many or who we will be fighting against. At least if we isolate her.
Well, that's why. Well, that's what I'm saying. Is in other words, if we can lure her someplace else first, we'll see what she shows up with. I'm assuming, and I think it's a good assumption, that whatever she shows up with that time is what she's going to show up with the next time. We could even do it in such a way that she sees she's got to get there immediately, that it looks like she hasn't got much time, so she just has to immediately go from there to there.
Well,
So that way we would know what we're going to supposed to deal with, and then we can decide whether we want to surprise her or not.
well, there's lots of different ways. You can have her lured away. You can isolate her and you can surprise attack her, but you can't add a third thing. So
Right.
And you guys have already chosen the location now, so
right.
You're
what
right.
I'm thinking
You have
of,
one
what
more
I'm thinking
thing,
of,
yeah.
if we can lure her somewhere else, and then make her think that she has to, this is not the right place. I've got to immediately go to the mines.
Oh,
And we can see who she's with.
There's any number of ways. You just need to decide if you want to. I mean, I can roll to go in and use my stealth to plant something convincing that she killed what's his name's father, and she'll be isolated because of that.
Well, yeah, or we could just have the dragons and all that sort of stuff at the mines, and they can take care of all the mana monsters or whatever else she's bringing with her. And then same way we did with the dragon, that would isolate her too.
I don't know if that would isolate her when she's coming. Well, as far as however you want to cook it up, yeah.
Right. But what I'm thinking of right now is if we can see what she shows up with, then we can make the decision of, do we want to surprise her and fight all these guys that are with her, or do we want to just have her come in and isolate her? So we can decide whether we want to try to isolate her or not, or do we want to try to surprise her, depending on if we get more information about what she's going to come in with.
I like that strategy, because that gives us information to help us make the choice of what our second choice will be.
Okay,
right.
And then the last two rolls will be in order to pull that off.
Yeah.
Does that work?
Yeah, it sounds reasonable.
Okay.
However, there's something that happens before that.
Figures.
There always is.
Let's see.
The plot.
So yeah, you guys have that discussion ahead of the next meeting, so that you guys are on the same page. Like, you guys want to lure her somewhere to see who she shows up with.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. So you go to the next meeting. Let's see. Okay, so the next meeting is post the Lord's Alliance meeting. So Neverwinter comes back from the Lord's Alliance meeting with information on what Felix has said during the meeting, and Faxina has been able to do some research on Felix. Yeah, if you want like lots of detailed information on him, you're gonna have to make it one of your roles. But she says like, yeah, he doesn't seem like a very good businessman compared to his father. He seems like his father is always bailing him out when he messes up in business ventures. He lost most of his money a couple times. His father seems to have been disappointed in him most of the time. So Neverwinter comes back from the meeting with the Lord's Alliance and says, well, that was a hell of a thing. Says, so Felix, at the meeting, we basically told the Felix Marcellus that we were thinking of we were gonna have a trial to decide if that Waterdeep should be expelled from the Lord's Alliance due to the crimes of the ATC, which have been validated by the Church of Tyr. Felix said that the Church of Tyr were lying and that it was fake news. He said that he was going to, which he doesn't have the power to do. He said he was disbanding the Lord's Alliance, which, like as I said, he's just a member. He cannot do that. But he has apparently, according to him, disbanded the Lord's Alliance, and he's declaring himself the Emperor of the Sword Coast, and that we should all become vassals of him. Otherwise,
is his last name Trump?
No, it's Marcellus. I don't know where you got that idea. He says that he's going to be the Emperor of the Sword Coast, and that we all need to become vassals of him. The leader of Baldur's Gate and the king of Understar both rejected him right away. And I wasn't sure about our mission here with Blizzard, so I told him that I would give him the information later today, and he accepted that. So I still have a chance. I can, if you think it'll benefit your attack, I can pretend to ally myself with him. I don't want to do that. I want to refuse, but I'm not sure if that will cause a problem. He has said if anyone who refuses will be attacked. I don't know how he's gonna do that. He does have a large army, but spreading, I don't know how he plans to spread it, and he's already fighting over in the east. Well, I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think any place that doesn't ally with him is gonna get airborne mana.
That's true.
Zombie mana, and that's gonna be.
Yeah, he might not need an army in that case if he spreads that stuff around.
Right.
Okay, I think we better bend the knee for now.
Yeah, or else we need to cast a spell on him and freeze him somehow. Because the silver.
If we can deal with Xanaphia, I think once she's out of the picture, I think we can lead a armed attack, using standard methods. But
Okay.
I'm as long as Xanaphia's part of the ATC and helping them, I think that they're very dangerous still. But yeah. So I guess I'll tell him. I'll reply and say that Neverwinter is going to join the Sword Coast Empire, whatever that means. What do you is that sound good to you guys? I think that's the best way to protect the citizens.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Okay. That actually might help if you guys are lowering her into Phandelver, which is sort of, it's not directly affiliated. We'll have to. He's
It's
not a
certainly not
member.
odd.
Yeah, we
odd
can get a message to the Lord of Phandelver and make sure he bends the knee as well, so that the ATC, so she feels comfortable going there.
Yeah.
That'll be the best way, I think. All right, well, that's what I'll do then. That's gonna be difficult to bite my tongue and not say something to piss him off. But okay, I'll do it.
Well, that's good because that way you're looking after yourself and us and everyone else.
Yeah.
So it's the noble thing to do.
I think so. Okay, so he goes off and he swears allegiance to Felix Marcellus of the Emperor of the Sword Coast, as he calls himself.
Ho, ho, ho.
And you guys get in contact with the leader of Phandelver. I forgot his name at the moment, but I think I can find it right here. Yes, the leader is the Baron Leaf Alabaster, the male dwarf, who was chosen by Linnea originally. So he's allied with you guys. Okay, cool. So now we can do our final 3 rolls to get you guys into the situation. So you want to do your lowering Xanaphia to the Necromancer's stronghold that you have already removed everything from?
Who's doing
Sure.
what?
I think Rokus would be with his stealth would be the one to do that.
Okay. Yeah, you can
He
stealth.
could use-
You can
he-
stealth in and help to lay the trap.
And then can we have Pookie on the outside?
Well, the stealth roll. I mean, that'll cover you guys going in and planting it and then observing what she does. So that'll be all in one
Okay.
roll.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. So I think Rokus would not actually be the one to lay it, but he'd be the one to observe. You already have a lot of moles and people inside the ATC, so those people can do that part.
Do I get advantage?
If it's a stealth check, you do because of your other stuff. Are you gonna have IC turn you invisible?
Sure.
Then
Sure.
you don't get a plus, but you get all your advantage and all that stuff.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll it.
You're invisible.
Just don't roll a 1.
Okay. First
As long
one
as you
was,
don't roll a 1, you probably do it.
First one's 11.
Uh-huh.
Okay, 11's plus 13, so it's 24.
Yeah. That is a
I
success.
had you rolling an 8 and a 16. Just
No, I
came
rolled-
up on the.
I rolled an 11 first and then an 8. I don't know where he got the 16. I haven't rolled a 16.
Oh, okay. Maybe it was an 11 then.
Yeah.
It flashed on really quick.
Okay.
How do you do that? How do you do that where other people can see where you roll? That's a good idea.
There's
do it?
there's a die on your
Oh, on
character
the left side?
page on the
Bottom
left.
left-hand corner.
And when you click it, it asks you if you want to for everyone or yourself.
Okay, where is it?
Bottom left-hand corner.
It's a red
Bottom left?
red circle with a die in it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
All
think
right, so
the
it's got a
red
whole
part
bunch.
would help, but
I clicked on it and I see a whole bunch of shapes.
yeah, those are all the. If you hover over each one, it'll tell you D whatever it is.
Oh, okay, and then if I hit that, everyone will see it?
Yes.
Go
All
ahead
right.
and do it. And you can click it more than once if you're going to do like 2d6s. You go to d6 and hit it twice.
Okay,
And then you roll. Then everybody can see I got a pair of 4s.
yeah.
8, I see, came up.
Yeah, it
Doesn't tell
says
me
8.
what the things are, it just tells the total.
Right.
Okay, cool.
Huh.
But anyway, that was a high number. Yeah, basically, I think as long as you didn't roll a 1, you would be fine there. So, week 3, first one, success. So the moles plant a lead that there's a necromancer's place that has been recently discovered, and that she should go check it out. And so it's convincing enough that she wants to go check it out. And it seems that she teleports to one of the camps in Thay, and then she goes the rest of the way using one of the Manatech flying vehicles, because she's not familiar with this place, so she cannot teleport directly there. But she arrives and gets out with only 2 bodyguards. And they go in and they come back out pretty quickly because the place is empty. And they leave. But you are able to describe the people, her 2 bodyguards, and Xeraphim lets you know that those are his peers, 2 other first class soldiers in the ATC.
Oh gosh.
He says they're not as strong as me, but I helped train them, and they are tough guys. I think you guys can take them out, probably. But
Is
yeah.
there any?
Do they have?
Can I ask a question? Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Xeraphim, seeing as how you trained them, is there any way you could persuade them to hold back?
Yeah. So out of game, if you want to have her without allies, that could be one of your roles for him to help get rid of them. Otherwise, if you want the surprise attack, then you can't have him help you with that.
Okay. Well,
So
that's an option.
But yes, he does say he thinks that it's possible he could persuade them to not help Xanaphia.
Let me ask Xeraphim, do they have legendary abilities?
He says that. So yeah, that's an out of game thing, but he says he thinks they're not quite as fast as him. So the out of game answer is they're not legendary.
Okay. They could be armed with those a better quality of mana weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you did see that they had Rokus, when you saw them going in, they had great swords like Xeraphim, but they are not the same like wavy design like he has. They do seem to be some kind of Manatech sword. They had like glowing orbs like stuck into them. And they looked like kind of like factory manufactured.
Did they have any of those magic missile rifles?
Those 2 guys didn't. They had big swords that looked like they had Manatech abilities.
Yeah.
but you're not familiar with what those are, and Seraphim
Yeah.
isn't either.
Because Xeraphim could explain about how he was tricked and manipulated, and that they were possibly tricked and manipulated into helping her. So
Yeah, and
So
they
that
would.
they might-
He thinks that they respect him enough that they'd probably listen.
yeah, I think I like that option better because
But yeah, you guys, because you're running out of time. That's part of why you can't do everything you want to do. But
Yeah.
so you got that roll. Let's think of 2 more rolls, and then we'll see if you guys. I'm guessing you guys are about to win here. You haven't even failed once, so. Let's-
So who's next?
Yeah, so that was Rokus's roll. We should have Patricia do one and Harvey do one for your characters. So what do you want to do for the final bit here?
I'd like to ask Xeraphim to see if he can contact those fellows and talk to them. And because my insight is telling me that they would be persuaded by what he has to tell them.
Okay. So if Icy does this, this will be the final decision that you're gonna go for the no allies but no surprise.
And
No
no
surprises
allies and
happen.
no surprise.
Yeah. Is that what you guys want to do?
So basically, what we would be able to do then would be to have
She would be
Xeraphim.
alone but on her guard, and she'd
Yeah.
be in the mines.
Yeah. I think taking on one very strong person is better than taking on a very strong person and 2 other strong persons, enemies. I mean, that's just my way of thinking. But I'm open to listening to whatever you have to say.
what do
Yeah.
you think, Rich?
Yeah, I think concentrating on her alone is probably the better, even if the other 2 guys are not all that strong. It would take us a while to kill them, and while that's going on, we're probably going to take more damage than what we would gain potentially from a sneak attack.
And Xeraphim would be my ally, right?
Yeah, for the roll.
Yeah.
Yes, that's good. He will give you a +1 on the roll, and you're doing persuasion.
Or insight, like I have this strong belief that Xeraphim can do that. Would I use insight or would I use persuasion?
I
Because
think
it's sort of my belief that Xeraphim can influence them. But I'm good with whatever you say.
Yeah, I can see that. I don't think that works that well for this. I think you're gonna have to go persuasion for that.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you let me do it then? 'Cause my persuasion's really high.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. If Harvey doesn't have something he wants to do instead.
Well,
Maybe I could do what Harvey wanted to do.
Yeah, that could
I
be.
was not sure what he wanted to do either. So.
All right, it sounds
Well,
like it makes
actually-
sense for you to do this one then.
Okay, so
You want to help with Seraphim's help? Do it.
yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so roll persuasion with a +8.
Actually, in the way that could work would be that Harbeck, who's persuasive,
Jay got 17.
he did, huh?
18. It's +1.
Okay,
Awesome.
18.
Okay, cool.
I just saw it flash. It doesn't stay up, huh?
No,
it
it
just
flashes.
flashes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I looked up and I didn't see it.
It was 10
okay.
plus 7, but I get an extra one for him, so it's an 18.
Yeah, I mean we've been doing honor system the whole time, so I'm not too.
I just thought
worried
people
about
would like to see it. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's why I was doing it.
Anyway, cool. I think
I
it's
didn't
cool to do
realize
that.
you guys couldn't see it after I rolled.
I did, yeah. I thought that was pretty neat.
All right. So yes, Harvick, Icy tells you her idea, and you think that you would do a better job of persuading, as you've been trained to be kind of diplomatic when you were previously a lord. So you go with Zeraphim. He is able to make contact with his former uh squad mates and meets them secretly with your help. With Rokus's stealthy help, you guys are able to do that without any trouble. And uh, the roll was high enough that that's a success. Seraphim is able to convince them to not aid Xanaphia. But you guys just agree that the only way to lure her into the trap is that they play along until the last minute. So they're gonna stay with her. Otherwise,
Yeah.
she'll probably get two other guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
So, they don't really want to fight her. But they
They don't.
agree to not
Aid her.
aid her. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they said they're gonna take a walk when the fighting starts.
Yeah. And we guarantee them safe conduct.
Cool. They said they can go guard the entrance to the cave. Make sure nobody comes to bother you guys.
That would be very appreciated.
And yeah, also they said that they'll stay at the entrance, and then if she is able to get past you guys and try to flee, that they will try to stop her. Okay. So that they will actually help a little bit. All right, last roll. Anything else you think you've basically laid a pretty good trap? Any last minute things you want to do to help your team? Harvick, it's your role, so.
Would it be possible to look at a map of the cave so we can see what would be the best place to get her?
We've been there.
Yeah, I'll give you the map. You guys can plan all you want between sessions.
Can I
Okay.
use my Can I
You
use
don't-
my last roll to say this is where we, to lure her to
It's
the
my role.
specific
Excuse me,
spot
it's
in
my
the
role.
right?
Oh yeah, I forgot. It is Icy.
Yeah.
Sorry, I
You have
forgot.
an
I forgot
You have an
Harvick.
idea, Icy?
Yeah, I forgot Harvick
No.
rolled for that. And also,
That's right.
Harvick, you because you guys already successfully baited her, you're gonna be able to choose exactly where you get her to go.
Okay.
So don't worry about that part. But yes, you're right. I'm sorry, Icy. I forgot that we switched it to Harvick at the last minute. So it is supposed to be Patricia who comes up with the last idea.
My idea is because I'm in tune with nature and stuff like that, that we could create this false stone that she's looking for, and we could place it in a pool of water. That as soon as she touches the water, the water would turn to ice. So it would be difficult for her to get this stone. So she would be using some of her actions to try and get the stone. I'm just thinking about, we can't surprise her, but can we make it more difficult where she is sort of distracted? So we have that. This is just an idea I'm throwing out,
Okay.
but I'm open to any
That's
other
interesting.
ideas.
So your idea is basically give her something that she thinks is valuable, so that during the combat, she will probably not want to flee without it.
Yeah.
All right, I think that's interesting. What are I'm not a party member, so what do you guys think? I think that's a viable idea.
Yeah, because I've got that thing of, like to make things cold, so I could put the stone in there and then freeze the water like in a pond.
Well, now I have
I just
Okay,
thought of something funny. Rokus, I think like really a long time ago, you picked up like a piece of stone that was like pretty or something. I don't know if you could use that or something. Do you remember
look in
like
my
when you went to meet the Banshee? You like looked around in the ruins and then you just found like a piece of stone that was totally, it was nothing at all. But I think you added it to your inventory.
And in my inventory.
But anyway, you guys can look for stuff. What were you looking for, Harvey?
Okay, I have and I have the flag of forbearance,
Forbiddance.
Yeah.
forbiddance rather. It says when driven into the ground, it creates a ward against magical travel that protects up to 20,000 square feet, which would be the pretty much the whole cave, and a floor space to a height of 40 feet above the ground. For 24 hours, creatures can't teleport in or out of the area or use portals such as those created by the gate spell or enter or exit errors.
Yeah.
The spell proofs the area against planar travel. What does that mean?
You cannot travel between different planes of existence, like the Feywild.
Okay. And therefore prevents creatures from accessing the area by way of the astral plane. Okay, gotcha. The spell, in addition, the ward prevents the use of the fly spell. So creatures affected by whatever exists to the
So what do you want?
spells.
I mean, you guys got that to use against her. Were you?
Well, I'm thinking that pretty much will do the same thing. Won't that do pretty much the same thing that Patricia's talking about? Because she can't leave it.
So the thing is, okay, you could use that maybe as the item, because Xanaphia, you wouldn't expect that she would know what the flag does exactly.
No, it does. It says
no, she would know she would know the effect of the flag, but she wouldn't know how. She wouldn't know that she can't destroy it and get rid of it.
Right.
But I would, I would suspect her first intuition would be to destroy it, not to like take it.
So then I'm thinking that could be the thing that Icy could use that as her idea.
What was it you were thinking I would use again?
Well, you were saying you wanted something that. But I'm thinking of the flag will keep her from actually leaving the cave.
Okay.
And then if we plan it where it's sort of like when we have our fight, she might be like Ian said, using your idea, she might try to destroy the flag instead of trying to destroy us for her first move.
Yeah, so basically whatever you do here, it's like you're trying to create something that's gonna kind of waste one of her turns.
Right.
Because she's gonna be interested in some item.
Right.
So yeah, the flag is something that you might distract her with. And Icy said put some kind of stone into and freeze the water around it. That's an idea. This sounds like something that you could do.
Because in my inventory, Ian, I have a sunstone.
Yeah.
Could that be the?
She would probably recognize an established item like a sunstone. She would probably.
What does a sunstone do?
I have a shard of obsidian.
Say that again, Rokus. I didn't hear it.
I have a shard of obsidian that's always warm.
That would melt the ice.
So?
Okay, well, one thing is to use that, or one thing is to use the sunstone.
So the thing I was going to say about the sunstone is that I think you stole that from her house. Like, she would know what that is, right? Didn't you guys take that out of her mansion? She knows what a sunstone is.
I don't know where we...
Anyway,
Okay.
it's just something you use to cast spells.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she knows what a sunstone is. I don't think that would trick her into thinking it's something important. The obsidian that's warm, she might think it's weird if she touched it. But otherwise, it looks like a piece of obsidian. She wouldn't
Okay,
be
well, we'll put it
too
in.
interested.
And we'll, she wouldn't be interested in it?
I mean, you'd have to, yeah, you could try to convince her that this one piece, whatever, I mean, if it's a sunstone, yeah, you could try to convince her that it's a special sunstone or something. But, yeah. It's kind of up to the roll if you trick her or not. So, yeah, I guess whatever item. But I wouldn't, to me, out of game story-wise, I don't think those are particularly rare enough to make her think that she needs to have that no matter what.
Well, I also have a ruby pendant.
Wait,
you stole that from her bedroom.
Wait,
That's
wait
hers.
a minute. Wait, I don't quite understand what you're trying to do right now.
We're trying to find out something in our inventory. Go to your inventory. Do you have
to do what? What do we want to do?
I would like to plant a stone in a pool of ice for distraction. We can also have the flag as well as another distraction.
Okay,
it's going to only be one if you're rolling for it. And let me clarify something else. You need to choose one, and the only purpose of this is that it's an item that she wants that will waste a turn of combat because she's going to try to get it.
It seems to me the flag will work for what we can do.
Sure.
Fine.
If we only get one choice, let's use the flag. We're going to want the flag anyway, so she can't leave the place. The flag will mean she can't leave the cave.
Okay, remember in the description, it says the flag will continue. The spell is cast when the flag goes into the ground. If the flag is destroyed, the spell does not end.
Right.
So I think, you would. She will be aware that she can't teleport because of this flag.
Right.
But she won't know that she can't just destroy it. So she'll probably spend a turn casting a spell or something, attacking it or something, trying to get rid of it.
And I don't think we can do any better. We're only going to, we only have one distraction, right? There's no way of getting more than that.
Right. I'm not going to let you have multiple things that she's trying to get.
Right.
Now, the only other possibility would be if Icy put down a bunch of ice so she had movement restrictions or disadvantage or something. So I'm good with the flag.
Sure.
Okay, so if you're successful on this roll, then I'll say,
Pretty much ready to go.
Yeah. Well, I think it'll be like during the combat. At the first round of combat, I'll do a roll to see if she's if she really wants to attack the flag or not. But it'll be something that basically I'll have you guys do a deception check against her. So it'll be like a free action for you guys to try to trick her. But she'll have a chance to not do it. Because otherwise, if she has to, if I say, she has to attack it on the first round, it's basically giving you surprise attack.
Right.
So I'll say that she has a chance to not be tricked. But yeah, during the first round of combat, when it's her turn, I will let you guys do a free deception check. And if you guys win, she'll attack the flag. Okay?
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright, so you guys do this last roll. I see this will be I'm
having Harbeck help me because he has the flag, so
yeah, you're gonna.
he will be mine.
Mm,
ally.
I already rolled though.
yeah, yeah.
No,
It
what's for
doesn't make
my
sense for
ally?
him. No, we don't use players as allies though.
Okay.
You can have you haven't used Celeste this week, so you can use Celeste. She knows about magic, and she knows it's Xanaphia. She
Okay.
can help get some information that there is a flag, a magic flag in the mine, which is valuable, that she should try to take. But yeah, during the combat, she'll like realize, oh, this is the flag, the important flag, is doing this thing to me, so I better destroy it. Okay, so that will be a deception check.
Okay.
If you succeed, then that'll be the end of the skill check.
Okay, I rolled it.
Deception. You have a
I
plus.
only have one.
Yeah, +1, and then Celeste is helping you, so +2.
I rolled a 10, so that's a total of 12.
All right, that is enough since you're on easy mode,
Oh, thank goodness.
and you guys got through it all with 0 failures. With all your pluses. So that's
Okay.
3 wins, which means next session you will start the combat wherever you like within the Phandelver mine. She will not have any allies with her because her 2 bodyguards are going to go walk away from the combat and go guard the exit. But she is going to be wary going into the cave. She's going to be thinking there's a possibility that there's a trap or something's going on. So she's not going to be surprised. But she really, really wants this necromantic stuff that you've lured her in there to get.
Well, actually, as soon as she walks into the cave, if we plant the flag.
As soon as you plant the flag, she'll know that someone did that.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And we can also plant the flag in the spot that we want to have the battle.
Well, if she's going to be walking around the mine when she gets to where she wants, then you plant the flag. That'll be like a prepared action.
Well, no, because we want her to try to destroy the flag.
Once you plant it, she's going to.
Right. So we plant the flag where we want her to be. She wants to destroy the flag. She goes to the flag to destroy it, and the battle starts.
Okay, I mean the order doesn't matter much. It's gonna be the battle will start wherever you want, and the flag will be in the ground. Does that sound good?
She'll be where the flag is.
Yeah, in the combat area.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
You guys, her, and the flag will be in the area. Yeah, let me post the map right here in Discord. I can also email it to you later.
Right. So we can spend the week trying to decide where we want to put her.
Yeah, right. I like the map in Discord. Thank you.
I will do that.
Cool.
Let me see if there's any other information before. Also. Oh, okay. I'm looking in the wrong section. I should look back at the Phandelver maps. Okay, I'll give you the Dungeon Master map, which is each room is numbered. So that'll help you.
That's a good last idea there, Tricia.
Okay, there's the map. If you click it, it'll show you the bigger version.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, and let me double check my world information. Okay, so as you guys prepare for the final battle, Felix starts trying to attack. He sends forces to attack Baldur's Gate, as well as Understar. Um, the rest of your allies move to help defend those places without exposing Neverwinter as and you know opposing the ATC. So
What about?
Asmioth, the dragon, and the Emerald Enclave and them, they're splitting up, going to those places to help defend them from the ATC. And if they use the mana disease, they'll try to help contain it and get rid of the mana monsters.
Is Seraphim in on that too?
Um, no. I think Seraphim wants to see Xanaphia dead.
Okay.
He's gonna come with you guys.
Okay.
I think it makes sense for this final battle that he actually help you guys
Yes.
in the combat. But I think it will be better if I hand over control of him to you guys. So yeah, I'll have to think about that, I guess.
Okay.
But I think he'll either be helping his friends guard the exit so she can't run away, or he can be in the combat with you. I will see. I guess I'll just check basically out of game, like I'll check the challenge level of the combat and let you know if you. I don't know. Maybe I guess I can let you guys choose. Do you want it to be? Do you want his help in the combat? What do you think?
Who's that?
Do you want Seraphim to be in the combat helping you?
I do.
Okay. How about other two?
I was thinking maybe we could have it where if we get in trouble, we can summon him with have the sending stone or something, or have Pookie go get him if we really start getting in serious trouble.
Okay,
It's
I
just
think
that
I think that makes sense. Like, let's say we'll have him like at the, he'll come into the room with you and guard the door of wherever you guys choose, and he's gonna want to be there to help finish it off. And yeah, if you guys
Yeah.
get like, if one of you guys go down or something serious happens, he can help jump in and help. Is that I think story wise that he should definitely be there.
Yeah.
Gameplay wise, like you might not really need him, like to make it a challenging fight. But
Yeah,
yeah, I
I'm more
can.
interested. Yeah, I'm more interested in making it a challenging fight.
Okay, so
Now,
I'll just have him in the protecting the door.
okay. Now, as far as the layout um of the
Wave Echo Cave.
yeah, can we can we um like bar her from various ways to get in so that she's gonna enter the area that we want by the direction we're interested in?
He said we can start the battle anywhere we want.
You can
What's
start
anywhere
wherever
we
you
want?
want. Yeah, if it's something minor like locking a door or piling up some boxes or something to guide her in a certain way, that's fine.
Okay.
Minor something like that. I don't want you guys like constructing elaborate
Yeah.
traps and buildings or whatever.
Yeah.
we're saying like the idea is all this stuff happened really quite fast, so you don't have
Yeah.
time to prepare much. She's like on her way, and you guys don't have much time to prepare. So it's just some stuff that you think you could do within like an hour of her getting there, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I'd like the battle. I'm thinking the battle in 16. We could put the flag on the island, and you have to go down into the water to get to the island.
Sorry,
Um,
that island thing is actually connected to the ceiling. That's not really an island. It's more like a pillar.
Flag tight.
oh shit!
Yeah,
Yeah,
all of all of the things that whatever that color is,
that
all the
dark
things that
gray.
color are part of the cave.
Yeah, the dark gray are like the walls.
Okay, but we could still. Okay.
We've got a week to figure that
There's
out.
oh no, that
Yeah.
one's. Yeah, you don't need to do that now. You can do that through emails. And I think yeah,
Yeah.
it's time to stop the session for today. So yeah, your allies are doing battle with the ATC and Xanaphia. She's probably suspecting the ATC is in a bad situation. Um, she's hoping to get this important item and get out. Hopefully, she's probably thinking that even if the ATC goes under, she can easily keep doing her research elsewhere. But she wants to have this item. She thinks this is really important. You guys have tricked her into thinking there's something really important in here. So
Yeah.
next time we'll start the combat as we described already. And yeah, so plan during the week. I'll give you the extra details on Rokus's abilities, and I think that's the only extra information I need. You guys can double check your spells, make sure you have everything you want prepared in your spell list, and that'll be it. We'll have the final battle, depending on how things go. I don't know. I'm guessing you'll be able to finish in one combat, in one
Yeah.
session.
Oh, we always manage to do
But-
something to.
Yeah, the idea also just to be I want to like
Oh, on the map.
I want to start the combat as soon as we start playing next time. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Now on the map, where you have those numbers, where's the key for that?
it's in the book. They're just names of the rooms, and they have descriptions.
Okay, so we can just say
We're gonna fight.
Room
yeah.
9.
Yeah, if you say you want to fight at 19, then I'll know it's that room.
right. Okay, now for number 9, I think those benches that are there.
Tables, yeah.
Yeah,
Tables,
there.
yeah.
You guys used those during the fight. You flipped one
Yeah,
over.
so I say we'd be able. So we could, if we've got an hour, we could move them just about anywhere we want to make a barrier or a wall, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you get partial cover with them.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Well, plus 9 is down. So if we're up higher, when she comes in there, it might give us a bit of an advantage to shoot at her or whatever.
Oh, and there's one more thing I forgot to mention is like the mine is in operation at this point now, so you guys would have also informed them of that they need to
Vacate.
take a
They
day
need to
off.
clear out.
Yeah, things could get rough here.
Yeah, so and because you saved the lives of the owners of the mine there, and you're like not exactly part owners, but you guys are taking a part of the profit, of course they would listen to you for this situation.
Yeah.
So they're probably gonna have a couple of representatives poking around like near the entrance, so that when she shows up, that it'll look like they're having a day off, but a couple of people are there, and they will agree to piss off.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Just to make it look convincing.
Okay.
A question for you, Ian.
Yeah.
If I'm a dragon and I'm transporting Rokus, is the mine big enough for me to fly around in with Rokus?
I think so if you look at the map at the bottom, it says 1 square is 10 feet on this map.
Yeah.
So as long as you can check the dragon size. I think it's a wormling is medium, so that would be 5 feet wide. Then I think you'd be fine. Let me double
Okay.
check the size.
Yeah, because there's no sense being a dragon if I can't spread my wings out and fly.
Yeah, your medium size is same. A wormling is about the size of a human. You wouldn't be able to carry Rokus though.
Okay, so I'd
You'd
have
be
to
too
be the
small.
eagle.
But you still could move around and fight.
Yeah, the eagle.
Yeah.
The eagle would be big enough to fly around, but you wouldn't have any maneuverability. Like,
And you wouldn't. It'd take her about 2 seconds to kill you too.
Right. The dragon at least has some hit points.
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it seems like the dragon would be viable in there. I don't think the eagle would work very well.
Yeah. Plus, the dragon has a couple of different things it can use, as like the
Yeah,
worm.
way more hit points and some good attacks.
Yeah.
And yeah, remember once you get out of your dragon hit points, you still have your human hit points.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, that's very important. So don't forget that.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we should stop. So I'll talk to you guys next week, and we'll hopefully finish the whole campaign with a big, cool final battle. Hopefully,
boy.
you guys won't let her just run away
Yeah.
and live to fight
Yeah.
another day. Okay,
That's
Okay.
talk to you guys
We'll
next
see.
time. Then everybody's cool to play
Hey.
next Sunday.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, as far as I know.
Okay, cool.
All right,
See ya.
bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Okay,
Okay.
thank
Bye.